We'll be making an update video for the Galaxy A51. Wanted to do something for my Samsung fans on the channel. So the A51 comes in at around, what is it, 270 to 300 bucks. I'll put the links down below, and it's kind of like a mid-ranger, kinda. But as you can see, it's a very beautiful looking phone. It's a plastic phone, but it still has a really great design, very cool psychedelic color, the quad camera setup with the sort of trendy camera design that we're seeing in 2020, and it's very thin and kind of light, so some people might like a heavier phone, but this is definitely a lighter one, so you might like this one, the sort of lighter feel to it, but you have your power button, volume rockers, and a SIM tray over here. This still has the headphone jack along with the USB type C. So one of my favorite things about this device, if you haven't seen the videos I did on it already, be sure to check that out. One of my favorite things about this device is the display. So it's not a full screen display. It's got the little punch hole in it, which I think is the next best thing to it, but it's a Super AMOLED display and it looks really great. So it's a 6.5 inch display and it's a 1080p display, 405 for the PPI, and as you can see, like I said, these Super AMOLED displays are some of the best. Samsung makes some of the best panels. Now this is not the same as on the Galaxy S20 that we had on the channel. Does not look as good, but it's definitely a really nice looking display. Definitely prefer it over an IPS display. It's always on, of course, and yeah, so one of my favorite things about Samsung devices is definitely these really nice, bright, and vibrant displays on here. Now this phone probably has gotten the most security patches and updates that I have out of any phone. It's gotten a ridiculous amount of updates. So when I first got this phone, it was a little slow, a little jerky sometimes. Now they have completely fixed that. So you have Android 10 on here with One UI 2.1, the Exynos 9611 processor, and the Mali G72 GPU. So pretty much like a mid-range setup here. But like I said, very smooth now. It's not a whole bunch of animation stutters with this phone anymore, and everything is smooth from the gestures to using the smart pop-up. It's just really awesome. Everything here works very fast, and one of the issues I had with this phone was going over to Bixby, and it would just be lagging all the time. So that's definitely been fixed. As you can see, like kind of a little animation stutter. So as you can see, like you'll get those animation stutters, but it's definitely been improved. So if you watch the video, the first video I did, you'll see it kind of like jerking everywhere every now and then with animation, but they have fixed that completely. So one of the things Samsung fans really love about these phones is that it's packed with all of the features. So you have the full version of One UI 2.1, so you have your secured folders, you have your link to Windows, everything on here, mobile hotspot smart view. You also have your always on display, built-in screen recorder, edge lightning, music share, Dolby Atmos, the Samsung Kids, dark mode, Bixby routines, focus mode, and call and text on other devices as well. So it's the full One UI 2.1 that we all know and love. You have the Samsung Edge on here as well with Smart Select and all your tools and stuff like that. So you're really getting a nice deal if you're a Samsung fan. I really enjoyed using this phone here. Alright, so gaming on here is just fine as well. Still great, like I said, with this display. It's really nice. You can only do on high frame rates and graphic quality high, so you can't do the maxed out because this is really a kind of a mid-range chip. But as you can see, the game still looks great and it works fine, no issue. So that's really great to see. And like I said, with all these updates, you are seeing a speed improvement. So this phone is really not glitching and lagging all over the place at all, really. It's been a very smooth experience. Samsung has cleaned a lot of that stuff up. Trying to kill somebody. There we go. Ah. So I think I forgot to mention that this phone does have 64 gigs of internal storage and 4 gigs of RAM, so multitasking and stuff like that is going to be fine on here, so it's not a big deal. So it pretty much does really good with multitasking. Doesn't really close out a lot of my applications that I am using. I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah, so multitasking is fine on here, and the phone, like I said, smooth. I keep saying that over and over again because when I first got it, it was a little jerky, you know, just with the animations, but they really have cleaned that up with these updates. I just got another update today, yeah, so you're just getting updates all the time with this phone, so that's one thing that I really like. A lot of security patches with these Samsung phones, and just a lot of fine-tuning is something that I really appreciate here. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the cameras real quick. Just like in the first video that I did, the cameras on here are still super solid. I still feel the same way about them. You have a 48 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro camera, which is really fun for close-up shots. You also have a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and you also have 4K video, 32 megapixel camera up front that shoots in 1080p. As you can see from the photos, it takes some really nice, vibrant and crisp photos. Color accuracy is pretty good. Dynamic range is pretty good. Detail is pretty good as well. So I think you'll be pretty happy with photos on here, and pretty much the same thing for video as well. It takes some solid video too. So overall, I was really happy with the image quality on here. Like I said, I didn't see much of an improvement with these updates. It looked pretty much the same to me. I have a single firing speaker on here, and it's fine. I wish it had a dual speaker, even if it's just one little speaker up top like the G8 Power does. I would really like to see that in more of these type of phones at this price range, but as you can hear, it's fine. Definitely loud enough if you're using it for an alarm or just like listening to music out loud. There is a bit of bass presence as well, which is really nice. So overall, you know, it's fine. Alright, so this phone also has NFC as well for mobile payments, so if you're into that, that is here. And the fingerprint scanner, it was fast before all of the updates and stuff like that, and it's still pretty much fast. If you do it right, it works pretty much 100% of the time here. So as you can see, you know, it's not the fastest. It's not like, you know, it's not like the 7 Pro. Let me give you an example of like a really fast one. You saw like almost instant. This one just like a hair behind it. So you can see that it's like almost instant on the 7 Pro. So you know, it's fast, but you know, it's not crazy fast. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about battery life. So you have a 4,000 milliamp battery on this phone. You do not have wireless charging, and I forgot to mention there is no IP rating on here as well. So those are things it does not have. But the battery life on here is really good. So you can easily get 2 days of battery life out of this if you're a light user. Even if you're a gamer, you can really get through the day with this no problem. So battery life on here is phenomenal. You're looking at around 8 hours of screen on time, if not 9 if you're a light user. So very good screen on time for this phone. Very impressive. So you know, excellent battery life here. Alright guys, so overall a super solid device. I think this has a lot of what people are looking for, especially if you're a Samsung fan. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this phone at all. There's not a whole bunch that I did not like. I love that it's feature packed, and it's pretty fast and does everything you really would want, and has a lot of features. So thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.